Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Kings 11 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, "And when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal. But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons which were slain. And they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain. And he was with her hid in the house of the Lord 6 years, and Athaliah did reign over the land. And the 7th year Jehoiada sent and fetched the rulers over hundreds, with the captains and the guards, and brought them to him into the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them, and took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and shewed them the king's son. And he commanded them, saying, This is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you that enter in on the Sabbath shall even be keepers of the watch of the king's house. And a third part shall be at the gate of Sur, and a third part at the gate behind the guard. So shall ye keep the watch of the house, that it be not broken down. And 2 parts of all you that go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep the watch of the house of the Lord about the king. And ye shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand. And he that cometh within the ranges, let him be slain. And be ye with the king as he goeth out, and as he cometh in. And the captains over the hundreds did according to all things that Jehoiada the priest commanded. And they took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath, with them that should go out on the Sabbath, and came to Jehoiada the priest. And to the captains over hundreds did the priest give King David's spears and shields that were in the temple of the Lord. And the guards stood every man with his weapons in his hand, round about the king, from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple, along by the altar and the temple. And he brought forth the king's son, and put the crown upon him, and gave him the testimony. And they made him king, and anointed him, and they clapped their hands, and said, God save the king. And when Athaliah heard the noise of the guard and of the people, she came to the people into the temple of the Lord. And when she looked, behold, the king stood by a pillar, as the manner was, and the princes and the trumpeters by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and blew with trumpets. And Athaliah rent her clothes, and cried, Treason, treason! But Jehoiada the priest commanded the captains of the hundreds, the officers of the host, and said unto them, Have her forth without the ranges, and him that followeth her kill with the sword. For the priest had said, Let her not be slain in the house of the Lord. And they laid hands on her, and she went by the way by which the horses came into the king's house, and there was she slain. And Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king and the people, that they should be the Lord's people, between the king also and the people. And all the people of the land went into the house of Baal, and brake it down. His altars and his images brake they in pieces thoroughly, and slew Mattan the priest of Baal before the altars. And the priests appointed officers over the house of the Lord. And he took the rulers over hundreds, and the captains, and the guard, and all the people of the land, and they brought down the king from the house of the Lord, and came by the way of the gate of the guard to the king's house, and he sat on the throne of the kings. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was in quiet, and they slew Athaliah with a sword beside the king's house. 7 years was Joash, Jehoash, sorry guys, I'm trying to get these things right, okay? Jehoash, when he began to reign. Alright guys, so in this chapter we get a deeper background on Ahaziah, okay, and on his son, actually. His son that had escaped. So his son was not actually killed. So all the sons of Ahaziah were not actually killed. Okay, one remained, and he would now rule over Israel. He will now be king. And this just goes to show, guys, that there's always treasury somewhere around the corner, and you can never be certain of any outcome in life. The only thing that is sure is God and God's words. That's the only thing that is actually sure. And so I'm not going to say anything on this because this is basically self-explanatory, right? This whole chapter is very self-explanatory. Just gives details that were not actually explained prior. And that's just how the Bible works, guys. I'm sorry. So when you're reading the Bible, it's not something for you. It's not like a book where you just read and everything is sequential and all of that and put together in one place. You have like things being taken from different regions, from different time periods, and being implemented into this actual circumstance and into this chapter and into this situation that it is in now, because all that data is imported from somewhere else. And time again we see the Bible being cross-referencing other scriptures, other chapters before or after. Okay, and that's just how it is. We just need to ask the Lord to help us to understand all that is there, because remember, all the Bible is not here in this Bible that we read. Okay, we are reading a condensed version of the Bible itself, and so we cannot actually study all the Bible. I don't think anybody can study all the Bible in its entirety, and I don't think anybody is at the capacity to do that, unless of course the Lord is with them and the Lord guides them. Okay, so we've gotten a condensed version of the Bible, and that's okay because it is a guide for us. Okay, and it serves the purpose that it was laid out to carry out, and so we need not stress on that. But yes, guys, remember that things aren't always as straightforward as they seem. Things are always lurking around the corner. There are many things that can come in and disrupt a plan that you may have. So Athaliah thought that she was queen and that she'd actually rule, but she did not know that Ahaziah's son still remained, one of his sons still remained, and that was hidden from her. And that same son came and killed her while she was there in her, basically sitting on her throne, thinking that her reign was indeed secure, okay, in perpetuity, but it was not. And we see where it was not here. So always be on the lookout for new information, and when it is that you're doing stuff, anything that you're doing, you should always seek the Lord for guidance, seek the Lord in everything, and he will direct you accordingly We can't know everything, and that's why we need the Lord to guide us. Okay? Alright, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted to whenever a new audio video is posted. And guys, please remember to share your thoughts, your comments, and your revelations down below in the comment section. Okay? Alright, continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.